Let's try again. But yeah, so that is, yeah. I mean, I can kind of spoil... I don't mind saying what it is that I took inspiration from in our current game, Helios, because it's not really a spoiler for any story thing, more just a inspiration for a character. Specifically... and this is actually something that... Actually, a good bit of the stuff is actually not even necessarily directly stolen from them, from Deluxe. A lot of it is stuff that was like in D&D books, like Ed Greenwood and R.A. Salvatore, like the writers who wrote stuff for the Forgotten Realms, lore, that he took and put in his games. And I've never read those books, but I saw their D&D game, and so then I was like, oh, I'm going to steal this, but not knowing that it's actually originally from, like, classic fantasy novels from, like, the 80s and 90s. But yeah, so, so for instance, one of the things that I took inspiration from there is Kurbach. Not the fact that he's a boarman or anything like that, but the inspiration for a... I can't really say that, but the inspiration for a god emperor, essentially. I took that from the original Lost Initiative campaign that wait. Oh, I'm not. I have to hit the double tap the button. We did not get a 2-second yeah, big swine. No, it wasn't even like anything to do with the fact that he's a boarman. In fact, so I'll tell you this because it doesn't really matter. And if you do ever go back and watch the original Lost Initiative campaign, which is great by the way, it's a little rougher on the edges in the beginning, especially because they're kind of feeling out like playing D&D online. Scott, the DM, he's DM'd at that point. Now he's DM'd for like 20 years, but at that point he had been DMing for like 15 and stuff. So he's a very experienced DM, but not online, not in front of like an audience, right? Nowadays they are a lot more comfortable and stuff. But yeah, regardless, they get into a groove with it, and then it's really good. And a few of the players were fairly new too, but yeah, it's fun though. And there's so many good moments in that campaign, and one of them is that they go to one of the whole arcs of the campaign that I really like is that they go to an orcish kingdom. And in Forgotten Realms lore, the orcs are basically how the boarmen are in my setting, where they are very very much not really integrated with the other sentient races, and are, lots of times raiders and slavers and stuff, right? And they aren't necessarily, don't have a good reputation. But there is a specific orc who is called Obold Many... Oh god, what is it? Obold Many Arrows, I think it is? I don't remember. But his name is Obold. And there's a great thing in their campaign where... again, Obold is a character from, like, Forgotten Realms, like, books and stuff. Like, actual, official canon of the setting. And I don't know what happens exactly in those books, but basically, the way that he's presented in Deluxe's D&D campaign he ran is that Obold is basically trying to forge a kingdom for the orcs, whereas before they had only like independent clans that were never unified. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And here you'll kind of hear this is gonna start sounding familiar. And so in the campaign, they go to Obold, because one of the actually two of the characters in the party are orcs, and one of them is kind of an orcish zealot. And so they go to seek aid for something, and they're like related to their other objectives. And they end up going to the court of Obold, and he to his capital, where he does have like an actual city that's kind of thriving and bustling, right? Whereas no other orcish city has ever even existed, let alone thrived, right? Already maybe sounding a little familiar. Then, when they get there, he is treated by his subjects as a god emperor. He towers above all other orcs, not by that much though, not like Korbok does. He's not like 3 times as tall. He's like 2 feet taller than the average orc, right? A large amount, but not that much. But he is, quite a specimen of an orc. But he's also kind of wise with age and not like as hot-blooded as a typical orc would be. And so the party members get there. Yeah, catching. I'm sorry. The party members get there, and when they meet him, his subjects, whenever they mention his name, they go, "Obol is Grumsh, Grumsh is Obol." Grumsh being the name of the orcish god. And so they're literally saying, "Obol is Grumsh, Grumsh is Obol." Like, basically equating the two. And it's really interesting, because in that world, that's kind of heretical to say, and so one of the character in the group who's a fanatic is kind of like at odds with them, but they still need his help and stuff. But anyways, they repeat like Obol is Grumsh, Grumsh is Obol, Obol is Grumsh, Grumsh is Obol, and it's always a funny thing that because the DM Scott Dalerick, he would always like do it like Obol is Grumsh, Grumsh is Obol, and the players would just roll their eyes. Anyways, so what happens is that this is where, again, very heavy inspiration is taking. One of the quests, or one of the things they do with him, or relating to him, is that one of Obold's sons doesn't like the way that the empire or the kingdom is being run. And he tries to get the party to betray and get one of the other sons of Obold killed. And then they get found out. The players don't fully go along with it. And when that happens, Obold swipes off the head of his son, 1, 2, 3, 4, with an axe in front of the audience, the royal audience, and the players. Or I think it was only one of the players. Does that sound familiar, So, definitely more than just the character I took inspiration with. But, I don't mind telling you that because it's already happened. There's nothing else with that. That storyline in the campaign is already closed off. But it is kind of funny how it went fairly similarly. The setup, I wasn't sure that the result would be the same, but I had the similar setup of one of Korbok's children asking you to help, sabotage another one, right? That premise is something I stole, and wholesale, full cloth, whole cloth stole, and put into our game. So yeah, kind of interesting. So that's a good example of something that I have stolen and just taken inspiration from and directly in there. So yeah, that was that was a thing. Because I just loved that. It was much scarier though in that campaign, the Lost Initiative campaign, when Obold, the orc, god emperor, found out. The players were much more involved in the attempted assassination or sabotage or whatever, right? And so one of the players went alone to tell about this information, to turn in the information that led to Obold finding out. And he was very angry at the player character, but he didn't kill him. He only killed his son who had orchestrated the thing. But it was funny because it was much scarier because they were much more on the hook directly, and the one player character was there alone without the rest of the party. And then also, yeah, well, basically turning this in, and you know, this information was getting revealed while he was alone in the royal chamber with, you know, there was an audience there, but none of the other party members who could help out if needed. And he gets dismissed, and then he just starts walking away, and the DM described it as you hear from behind you a whoosh, and then a sound. And so for a second, like, everyone was like, oh god, did he just get his head cut off? And it's just a cinematic way, like his head doesn't even know that it's falling off yet. But then you described how he turned around and saw that it was the sun, not him. Oh no. Yeah, pretty intense stuff. And then... we're never going to spoil that. Wow. That character, that was the one played by Mathis Games. And Mathis's character was very, again, he was like a fundamentalist orc. It was very interesting. He definitely played into it very well and believably. Like, for instance, at one point, they found a old abandoned dwarven temple in the mountains, in an area that had been taken over by trolls and ogres and giants. And they found this abandoned dwarven temple, and instead of, like, telling some of the dwarves in the neighboring frontier town, like, hey, your temple's here, he took the artifacts inside, desecrated them, wrapped them in dwarf skin, and made monuments to his god by desecrating these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dwarven artifacts with the skin of their kin. Like, yeah, it's like Jesus fucking Christ. And well, I won't spoil in case you do ever watch that campaign, but actions have consequences, especially in Faerun, in the Forgotten Realms, where gods are much more in play than they are, like, in my setting, for instance. And yeah. Yeah, shit like that is, yeah. You wanna know something funny, though? That also, something similar happened to that in the game that I ran in person when I was at Clemson. And you wanna know who was the one who did it? If you... It was Duncan, yep. Yeah. Duncan was playing like a paladin, and the players found an ancient Duncan can tell you his side of this, but the players found like an ancient centaur shrine. And centaurs hadn't existed on, or like basically had been run out of the island that they were on. They were on like basically the Britain equivalent, and centaurs hadn't lived there for hundreds of years. So it was like a completely abandoned shrine. No chance of there being centaurs there, right? Or so they thought. Because what I knew as a DM was that, just out of pure coincidence, there was a group of centaurs in the area, because current events had caused it so that some of the centaurs were coming back to try to reclaim their homeland. And the players didn't know that yet, but I knew that. And so I presented this shrine to the players. I wasn't necessarily expecting it, but I knew it was a possibility. Duncan's character was like, I think he was doing a conquest paladin. And so he basically wants to conquer 1, 2, 3, all heretic religions. And so Duncan's character, when he found out about this shrine being here, he's like, okay, well, I'm going to start immediately. He's like, I don't care what the rest of the group does. I'm going to start immediately desecrating it and casting spells and destroying all their artifacts in here and their like relics and everything. And he's doing this, and you know, the way I have stuff like that play out is that it's not necessarily that the gods of the centaurs directly told them and warned them, like, hey, someone is doing this right now. It's more just like, you know, the gods tweak things, and maybe the centaurs were going to arrive there anyways, but they, you know, had good fortune in their travel, and they arrived there just a little bit earlier, right? You know what I mean? Like, basically, their actions still have consequences, but it's more like fate being twisted in a certain way. And so so I kind of describe, it was so funny because the rest of the players are like, what are you doing? They're like, what are you doing, dude? We just need to, like, they were basically just traveling. They weren't even looking for the shrine. So he's like, yeah, whatever. Like, just eat lunch and I'll be done with this in a second. But the player's like, what are you doing? You don't need to do this. And Duncan's character is like, yeah, whatever. Like, I'm doing this. This is part of my beliefs, is that I need to take over other places, right? Anyways. So, but the other players in the group, like, their characters are like, what are you doing, Duncan? I don't remember what his character's name was. And... And then, as they're, like, waiting around for him to finish whatever, like, ritual he's doing, I talk about how they start to hear hoof beats. And a couple of the players, I think, realize what's going on, and they're like, oh no. They're like, we gotta get out of here, man, we gotta go. And Duncan's character was like, yeah, it's probably just, like, some of the, like, local knights or something. And so, like, I kind of describe how, like, I kind of describe how, like, the hoof beats are getting closer, and sure enough, a bunch of centaurs come in and basically like accuse the group, or like see what's going on, realize what happened, and then yeah, yeah, that was definitely a wild campaign. Most, if not all, those players were new as well, and it was pretty fun. Yeah, no, so stuff like that is always fun, where characters take the initiative and it has unintended consequences. That character that Duncan was playing, eventually Duncan had to retire from the campaign because he had a busy semester, so he couldn't play. And we took his character out with a bang. I'll tell you that. Literally. What's up, Stewie Moon, man? No, I can talk about it. Duncan can probably give you more info because I'm a little hazy on some of the details at this point. But Duncan's character was... they went to like a nearby town at one point, and they found out that like the local duke was kind of trying to, like, use them. Like, he was trying to exploit them for free, like, bandit killing or whatever. I don't remember. It was some shit like that. Like, basically the local it was a baron, I guess. Or it was a count. I don't remember. But the local, like, ruler was, like, doing something shitty to the players. And it was undeniably shitty. But they were, like, they realized that this guy had more power than them. They weren't super high level yet. And the players, the players were gonna let it go. They were, like, meeting with the Duke when they found out that he had basically been abusing them. Or, again, I think it was a Baron, whatever. The Baron was, like, had them in, like, his personal meeting room, like, high in his castle. Because he didn't think they were gonna do anything. He's like, oh, they're not gonna do anything. They wouldn't be so stupid. But Duncan's character literally just takes the dude and fucking dives out the window on top of him. Out of, like, a 4th-story window. Dives, slamming his face into the ground with his weight. Like, just instantly killing the guy. And, you can imagine... And the rest of the party, rightfully so, were like, what the fuck, dude? But, again, Duncan, I think, like, knew that his character wasn't going to be around much longer anyways. So the rest of the party, like, basically, they stood down, and they were like, he's not with us anymore, like, you could execute him. And so his character was executed. Except not really. His character was about to be executed, but, you know, I always gotta pull some shenanigans. And so what I said was that, or what I did was, you know, I wanted Duncan's character to be a recurring NPC in the game, even after Duncan had to leave and couldn't play anymore. So what I did was, I went to Duncan and told him, how about this? all of your actions of sowing chaos and like causing destruction have caught the attention of a demon or a devil. It was one of those two. And I was like, how about we say that a devil approaches you, like comes to you in a vision the night before your execution, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and offers you to become his servant if he helps you escape from your execution. And Duncan was like, "Oh fuck yeah!" And so Duncan left the campaign not by dying, being executed like like everyone expected at that point, but rather he literally, as his neck was about to be snapped by the hangman's noose, as that was about to happen, his character laughed maniacally, caused an explosion, and the smell of brimstone took over the air. And then his character grew horns on the spot, literally turned into a fiend, and then just vanished. And the players were like, "What the fuck?" It was so good, so good. I'm curious what Duncan would say about that story. Like, if his memories are different than what I described. I may have lost some of the details. That was a lot of fun, though. Yeah, it was definitely a memorable way to go as well. What's up? And by the way, Sewing Moon Man, I did not... I had a run that we did before this, but or a couple attempts. Neither of them made it very far. This is the furthest we made it in a run today, so... They died pretty early. What's up, Craigox? Perfect. There's also a recurring, I don't know. Okay. Let's see. I don't know if like Helios or Waffle, if you guys still care to hear more, but there's also a recurring, not necessarily the exact dungeon, but a recurring dungeon setup that for a special type of encounter that I've used with multiple groups now. But I will not talk about that one as much because Duncan's gone through it, and Craigox has gone through it, but Helios hasn't, so... But, you know, it's basically it's less of, again, like a specific dungeon, more just a specific premise for a dungeon. It's, well, if I could kind of give enough that Craigox will know what I'm talking about. It's where a certain type of creature has taken over a dungeon, or castle, or town, or whatever, it could be anything, and is ruling in a certain way, through a certain means. Well, actually, we just, they just hit the end of our season, Craigox, and hit a major battle, and took out a few of the major faction leaders that they were up against. But they have a few more, and beyond that, yeah, they're level 14, but they might not make it all the way to. They might not need to go all the way to 20 before they reach the end of sort of their journeys, because they do have some kind of imposed goals. So, give a good idea of what they will probably be doing towards the end of the campaign. But yeah, they had a big old battle with like 4 different factions all vying for power over one city. They killed a archdevil, followed by 2 Fae, or like also at the same time as 2 Fae, as well as immediately going after a leader of like a dragon elf fleet, and then yeah, like a lot of stuff all at once, pretty much. So yeah, they've been busy, that's for sure. Shit. Oh, really? Not great, but that's okay. Current PB is what we're running against here, 59-14. Which was I set the PB about a year and a half ago now. It's been a while since I've PB'd in this category, and I haven't really run it much since then, to be fair, but yeah. When I got it, it was 4th on the leaderboards, and now it is 13th. So, shows just how much other people pass me now. This category. Yeah, other categories too, but yeah. Slow here, but that's okay. Careful the generation here, but it's fine. Yeah, Craig, they also just, yeah, so like, we just started the next kind of season, the next arc of the campaign yesterday, and I kind of presented them some new intel that they got from the records of their enemy factions they defeated and stuff. They also almost came into possession, or they almost had the option to come into possession of a giant flying citadel, like bigger than any of the flying castles that you guys ran into, and bigger than the one that they currently have. Like, it was like a capital ship flying castle. And they almost came to possess it, and then instead, while they were fighting, they crashed it into the ground. So, yeah. You know, it was a bit of a desperate fight, but, yeah. No, I mean, it's still there, it's just damaged. So, maybe eventually, you know, who knows. Nice, except we're gonna have a spooky ball. Okay, not terrible. Sounds good, Waffle. This will probably be my last attempt at this, and then we'll switch to maybe Sekiro. I don't know. No one voted for Sekiro on the poll, but to be fair, most people voted for Peggle. Peggle had the most votes, so I'm like, if I've already done the Peggle, then I could choose. But yeah, Sorry, what's going on? She said. Oh yeah, I have an idea. If we do Sekiro, I have an okay, that was lucky. I have an idea for a challenge run we'll try to do tonight. That shouldn't actually be that hard, but Kiss had the most votes. Yeah. Okay, well that's gonna mess up my strats, but that's okay. It's a good start, anyways. Or at least gonna make it to Tula, so that's nice. And technically on PB pace. So just to remind anyone, or let anyone know who doesn't know, in my PB I had an insane 11.5. The last level of the game was absolutely insane, to the point where I will probably never match it in a live run. It was literally the world record on that level until Brasswheat and Helios have taken it down further since then. But it was done in a live run too, which is the crazier part about it. So, yeah. So we can assume we're going to be probably losing time on the master levels in general. So I'm pretty sure that was gold in my PB. So that's the problem. To have a good chance at a PB now, I really need to be, like, good pace going into the master levels, or else I just might not have a chance. So. It's like a pace like this right now, it doesn't mean much to me. I don't think it has a... From this alone, I'm like, yeah, whatever, maybe. But it's too mild of a pace advantage to really feel confident on. I don't remember what it was. Hi, Huey. We did reach Huey at least, though, so that's nice. Yeah, no, he's cute. Did you know that he wouldn't have the name Huey? I don't think you would know this since you're newer here, so but he wouldn't have the name Huey if not for me speedrunning this game. I didn't name him, but the one who came up with the name was my friend Drake, who doesn't even speedrun this game, but hangs out occasionally for it. Drake is the one who came up with the name, and then it just stuck. So yeah, and that's where you got the name Huey from. So I'm like Huey's godfather in a way. I don't know, something like that. Yeah. Exactly. Okay, that was weird. Yeah. Come on, man. Really? Fine. Go for it. There you go. Nice. There we go. Okay. Weird generation. Good generation. Nonetheless. Okay. Decent. Okay, not bad. No, not bad at all. Not bad at all. Hey, look at that. You know, I'm actually not going to go for my strategy on this one. I'm going to risk it. Especially because there's not a ton down there, so I'm like, that works. Wow. Okay, that's not at all what I meant to do, but that works. Well, it's not perfect, but... Super guide. Not bad actually. I can use that to get in here. Okay, it worked out even though it did not work out how I planned it to. Holy shit, okay. Yep. Nice. Okay. Nice. Pretty good, actually. Okay, that's the toughest one. Next one's pretty bad, too. This one's good, though. Okay. Alright, nice. Good there, actually. Take an extra ball. I think people sleep on extra ball. That's right there. Damn it. Pretty bad. Okay, not terrible. Wrong timing there. Shit. That's fine. I'm sick of it. Okay. Okay. Element is 5. Gotta remember my strats, man. I'm getting to the point where my memory starts running out. There's some remember most of them, but some of those second guess myself. Strat 2. Oh, that's good though. Okay. Liffy, we should be good. Should be good. Nice. Okay. Cool. Yeah, I knew I had time split on this split, so that does not surprise me. I don't remember if I have time split on this or not, but yeah, getting that early is okay, I suppose. What do we think? Probably a right side fireball would be better. I'm actually curious if the... oh no, how would that work? See the fireball right here. Beautiful. Just clear path, don't try to be too clever. Clear path, go through. This is not a great starting setup, honestly, but okay, and I messed up my shot. Okay, that's fine. It's fine. That was a little greedy there. Should have actually lined up and timed it better. I'm gonna take a bit of a risk though. Okay, and it's okay. A little risky though. Probably should not have done that. Nice. Okay, decent. Nice. Fuck donuts. Need an exclamation mark. Donuts in the chat, please. So weird feeling. Nice. That's pretty good actually. There we go. 4 minus 9. Okay, good. Okay. Not bad. Not bad at all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, now we're on to the real dick fuck corridor of the game. We're on to the Minkicity hour. We're getting further into a run at least. It's nice. Please do. There you go. Yeah, the dick fuck corridor, exactly. I should bounce off of there and I think about it. Enough? Okay, nice. Good, 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 good. Next one, R4 plus 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 8. Shouldn't be hard to do, so there's a good chance we just hit it accidentally anyway, so we're not gonna worry about it. Yeah, nice. Oh my god, that's so lucky. Wow. Okay. Decent generation for the strats I use, actually. It's not the best, but it's not terrible. Should be good now. It's not free. Okay, that shouldn't be good. Pretty much free. There we go, that's good. I'm not worried about this one basically, but we're good. Okay, here we are at Zenfrog. Now, how is Zenfrog gonna fuck me today? great, not terrible either, but let's just become Zen. That's all we need to do. Just go become Zen. Become as Brian. Become as Brian. Not terrible struggle. We have it as long as we're smart. Okay, no problem. Okay. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna take things a little riskier here. We're gonna go balls to the wall, baby. Not the best start, but also not the worst. Should be good, actually. Actually, I'm a little worried now. Okay, we're good. Ooh, that worked. I can't believe that worked, actually. Yeah, now we're good. Not the best situation. This is not the worst generation overall, though. Nice to get that. I hate having to do that, but I think that was the only option I had. Okay, we have it, just don't fuck it up. Nice. That's so huge. It's pretty slow, that's not great. Not bad. Off the wall is better. Off the wall is better. Shit. Shit. Maybe it's not. Okay, fine. Okay, don't worry. Don't panic. Just take it easy. There we go. Not great. Not great. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Not great. Lost a good bit of time there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Shut up! I'm trying to talk! It's wonderful for all of you to be back in your time! Alright! You got it! Don't screw this up for me, alright? Alright, under the song! We wrote about 5 minutes ago! Wrote 5 minutes ago before the concert, so we're gonna play it for you!
Nice.
If you guys know the words, keep your mouths shut so we can sing it. It's called Phonograph.
Okay. That's not bad.
Guys, shut up!
We're gonna carve a path down.
Look at this phonograph. Every time you do it makes me laugh. How did I get so rare? What the hell is those Joey's hands? This is where I grew up. I take the present on the
It's not bad, not bad.
I never knew it ever.
I don't mind getting a little bit extra. That could be bad, actually. Oh my god, that's so lucky. Holy shit. Come on, man. Please. Okay. It's a pretty sloppy PV, but it's a PV nonetheless. Let's go, baby. Yeah, new minute barrier. Damn, dude. I can't believe I finally got a fucking PV in any percent. This does not move me up any places, I'm pretty sure, but that's okay. I just need to get back into the groove any percent if I want to bring it down more. Holy shit. At the very least, it shows that the you know, my sub hour was not a fluke. Because that was the sub hour originally that I got was very lucky. It, you know, 26-second helix, right? But yeah. Yeah, happy birthday, Jules. Yeah, this is in your honor. Oh man, I don't think this moves up any places. That's the funny part. Most of, here, I'll show you. We'll look at the leaderboards. Oh, it actually does. Oh my god, it barely does. Holy shit, that's funny. Here, we'll look. That's actually, yeah, it's kind of fogged. That's really funny. So it's only by 20 seconds, right? But look, okay, so here's the deal, right? So there's me and Mannequin, who I just passed. And then the next is at 56, right? The next cluster of times is at 56, and then 55, 54, right? And then down from there. I didn't think this was actually going to overtake anyone, but rip Mannequin. I'm moving up one spot. That's okay. The main thing is just like here, like okay. So look at the top. Look at the top. You know, yeah, Jenny got that. Yeah, a couple weeks ago. There's something you might notice though. Look at all the times here. Mine is the oldest time out of anywhere in the top, like 20. I'm pretty sure. Oh no, Crackle Crackles is older, and I think that's about it. But yeah, so this was, oh god, yeah, this was a very old time. Yeah, it rounds down or rounds up though. Like his was, mine was in when was mine? Mine was in December 2022, right? So. Holy shit. I'm still not top 10 again. And remember, when I got this time, it was 4th. And then I was passed by a lot of people, so, yeah. Alright. Well, now, I also got to think about defending from Satan now. Satan is trying to overtake me, so can't let that happen. I did get a PB. Any percent PB. Pretty huge. It was very sloppy.